I don't know those words. What up, guys? It's Eric, it's Adam, and I'm here for the Week 5 Power Rankings. And that song, Simply the Best, that goes to describe not only my team, but my shrewd maneuvering. A lot of you questioned me getting rid of LeSean McCoy like that. But in terms of projections, I came out for this year as well. It did help Mike's team a little bit, but it also helped mine while continuing to give me a little bit more depth. I've got better contracts for the future. LeSean is on the last year of his contract. This is what I planned on doing with him from the very beginning. Signing a couple fantastic guys, LeSean and AJ, and then trading them for some future help. So still not a bad trade for Mike, though, either, because AJ is a stud. He had depth. This trade worked out nice for both of us. So let's get into those power rankings, shall we? Yeah. Quite a bit of movement here. I did not take very good notes on where everyone was ranked last week, so I don't really have that for comparison here today. But let's just quickly run down these. Number 1, Simply the Best. Yours truly, Eric, the Vinegar Strokes, Hemholt. I am projected 17-21 the rest of the way. My quarterback situation is still kind of iffy, but thanks to getting Antonio Gates and his great resurgence and Phil Rivers' resurgence, my tight end situation now is finally looking a little bit better. That's actually one of my team's strengths. So thanks, Doug. Thanks for giving me Antonio Gates, and thanks for taking those 3 points per game away from me in Roddy White. You enjoy him. If I already said this, I apologize, but I'm projected 17-21 the rest of the way. Mike Mostrom comes in at number 2, projected 17-12 the rest of the way. So only 9 points separating me and Mike, and then only 3 points separating Mike and Andy. Andy comes in at 3rd, projected 17-09. And then the last of the contenders, let's say, because there's a big gap between 4 and 5, and kind of a big gap between 3 and 4, I suppose, as well. But Scott comes in at 4, projected 16-45. So 2 guys, Mike and Scott, both from the same division. Andy is running away with his division, as we'll see soon. Yeah, let's continue running down the power rankings. 5, 6, and 7 are Dustin. And then, can this be right? Derek Newberta in 6th. And then Doug in 7th. Dustin, 1528 the rest of the way. Derek N, 1505. And Doug, 1494. Jason, right there, 1493. Jared, 1487. Derek Mostrom, 1439. Leading my division still, 3-1. Derek L at 1428. And, Mike S. Oh, this hurts, man. Not only last, but you are 90 points worse than Derek L. You come in with 1,318 projected points the rest of the way. In terms of guys at the top, myself, Scott, and Mike all have little to be desired at our quarterbacks, ranking 9, 10, and 11. Actually, myself, 11, Mike, 9, and Scott, 10. Scott could use help at running back. I tried trading him LeSean McCoy, but we were not able to come across a deal there. Scott has the 10th rated set of running backs. Other than that, the top 4 are pretty solid all the way across the board. Once we get to Dustin and below, there's definitely some team holes. Dustin needs help at running back and tight end. Derek Newberta still needs help at wide receiver, running back, and tight end. Doug, no real killer spots there, but no real strong spots either. He's 5th in quarterbacks, 8th in wide receivers, 8th in running backs, 8th in tight ends, 8th in flex, sensing a pattern there, and 7th overall. Jason could really use help at wide receiver and his flex, so he's still lacking some depth there. Jared, worst running backs. Derek Mostrom, 2nd worst running backs. And then Derek L and Mike S. Terrible at wide receiver, ranked 11 and 12. Terrible at tight end, ranked 9th and 11th. And terrible at flex, ranked 12th and 10th. Yeah, so those are the power rankings. I will send out my output spreadsheet here soon as well. Um, but why don't we go ahead and do the week 5 lines? The biggest favorite this week, all thanks to my shrewd maneuvering. I'm a minus 180 favorite over Jared. Mike Mostrom is a minus 170 favorite over Dustin. And for the third straight week, Derek L is involved in the Kia Sorrento matchup of the week. The worst matchup in terms of overall projections. We have Doug as a minus 155 favorite over Derek L, plus 125. Derek L, don't take it personal. I'm not crapping on you. Yahoo is crapping on you. Just continue to prove them wrong. Well, actually, don't, because I still want to win our division. Derek Mostrom, minus 145 over Mike S, plus 115. Actually, that might be the Kia Sorrento matchup of the week. We have two. I'm making it official. Two Kia Sorrento matchups of the week. Doug versus Derek L. Derek Mostrom versus Mike S. Andy is a minus 130 favorite over Derek Newberta, plus 105. And finally, Scott is a minus 115 favorite over Jason, minus 105. In terms of division, Durs is all but locked up the North already. Yeah, minus 2250. Doug plus 2800. Jared plus 4000. Yeah, no one. I don't think anyone's going to catch Durs. Going to catch Andy in that division. Mike Mostrom has the next biggest probability. He's minus 220. Scott plus 220. Derek Mostrom plus 1700. The South, Jason is a minus 120 favorite. Dustin plus 120. Mike S plus 1700. And then no clear-cut favor in my division. Derek L has the one-game lead on me. Yahoo likes my team a lot better than his, so we'll have to see once if I can catch him and pass him, because he does have the tiebreaker right now because he beat me head-to-head, has the better division record. But Derek L is minus 110, I'm minus 105, and Derek N is plus 4,000. Now, all of that's fine and dandy. The power rankings are great. What we really probably care about is the championship odds. And Andy is the most favorite here at plus 255. He's got a 25.5% chance of winning the championship. Mike Mostrom and myself are both plus 500. We have right around a 15% chance of winning the championship. Jason plus 725, 10.5%. Scott and Dustin both plus 750, right around a 10% for those two guys. Derek L plus 1,000, 8% chance. Doug and Derek Mostrom, plus 4,000, right around a 2% chance for them. And then right around 1%, or in Derek Newberta's case, less than that, we have Jared, Mike S., and Derek Newberta that I all have at plus 8,500. So those are your power rankings. Those are your lines of the week, your lines to win the division, the lines to win the championship. You can check out my spreadsheet for even more information. I don't really have any new trade talk to go over. There were a lot of trades that happened over the past week or so. As always, I'm sure if you weren't involved in the trade, you probably didn't like it. But be active out there, guys. We're seeing a lot of trades that include Mike Mostrom, myself, Mike Samuels, basically giving Mike Mostrom his team, and draft pick. Mike Samuels, you have about a 15% chance of getting the number one pick, and that's immediately going to get shipped off to Mike Mostrom in exchange for what? Jonathan Franklin? Terrible. Andy and Jared made a trade, but that means there's a lot of teams that have not made any moves yet. I think there's even a few teams that haven't even as much as made any pickups yet. Dustin, I know that you're still looking to trade out there, haven't come across anything that you like yet. I know that you've updated your trade block, so guys, you can check that out. And I was quite busy with my own wheelings and dealings this week that I have not had an opportunity to do. Who says no to this trade? Maybe if I have time tomorrow, I'll quick throw up another update on that. But yeah, simply the best, guys. Simply the best. Have a great day. Peace.